Okay, I'm going to show you how to make columns on a WordPress page using the Visual Composer plugin. So this is a plugin that a lot of the websites we build now will have by default, and we can usually add it on if not. So if this when you've made a page, you'll have this potentially have this blue button here which says Visual Composer. And if I click on that, it's going to give us some options. And the first one I want to do is to add a row. And keep in mind, so websites are generally made of rows and columns and then elements within those rows and columns. So if I add a row, you can see I've got these icons here which let me choose how many columns I'm going to have. So I might have 2 columns, or of half each, or 2/3, 1/3, or 3/3 columns, or 4/4 columns, and so on. And if there's a column type I don't have, I can put a column within a column as well. So I can add a half column and then put another row in there which has, say, 4 columns, so that I get that multi-column layout. So that's the page structure. What we do from here is we want to decide, okay, let's put in, so we'll have a 2/3, 1/3 layout, and I want to put text in here. So if I click on the plus, I can choose text block, and this is going to give me a normal text editor to type into. So we can put in whatever wording we want to put in here. And we can do some basic, like a usual sort of editing, so we can, format it, we can put a link in, whatever it is we want to do. And then we save that, and you'll see that it embeds that in that column there. Now if I want to put a picture in beside it, I can click on that, choose single image, and I could give it a title like example picture, and I could upload a picture if I wanted to, or I can pick one from the media library. So I'm just going to pick one just to keep things simple. Set image. I could specify the exact image. I'll just press on save, and the size of the image, you may want to edit that before you upload it, so it just depends on whether you're comfortable with Photoshop, I suppose, and things like that. So if we preview this page, and you'll see that it's actually on our page which has the column on the side. Then we've got 2/3 of the remaining width, which is the page text, and then 1/3 of that which is the page, that picture. Now, so let's say, because we're using, this is a Woo Themes page, so I can come down here and choose layout of just a full width without that column. And if I click on, if I click publish, and then I'll view the page, and you'll see now I've got rid of that side column, my picture's there, that's where the text is, and that's the page layout. So you can have additional rows. So if I wanted to have another row under that had 4/4, then I could put that in there, and then I could put 4 single pictures in there. So I can come into here, I'll choose, might try and choose 4 images that are sort of similar shaped or similar sizes. Save that. Another single image. And what you're doing is we're building up sort of status, like rows of the web page. So we're creating columns for the content within the rows. And the beauty of this is that we don't have to code a template for this in WordPress. So if you'd asked me to do this a few years ago, we would have had to code a specific page template to suit this layout. If I click preview, and you should find that the extra images are there below. Yep, so there they are. And that's how simple it can be to do a layout with these different sections in it. And something else interesting we can do is we could, if we're going to use this a few times, we can save that as a template. So we can choose Save Page as a template. And now any other time we want to use that exact layout on a page, we can just go to Templates and click on the name of it and insert it into the page. So I won't go into too much more detail with this particular video. I just want to give you a taste of how the Visual Composer is different to the way that the standard WordPress editing page works, and the sort of power that it gives us in terms of making it easy for either us or you to have these multi-column, multi-row sort of layouts.